All right, you crazy kids. This show is brought to you by none other than justinform.com, a social media site that doesn't steal your data, doesn't track you across the internet. Come to justinform.com, become a member today, and tell them that Tim Black sent you. It's also brought to you by none other than Tim Black's Wolfpack. Tim Black's Wolfpack. We're independent media not bought and sold like many others. We're here to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. Do our best at it. Become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack by going to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. And with that, we'll be back in like 20 seconds. All right. I loved it, but I gotta let it go, guys. We gotta let it go. We can't keep playing the jazz swing music. We gotta get to the news. How y'all doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black at Night Show. Glad you can make it. How you feeling? Glad my people on Periscope, my people on YouTube, my people on Facebook, my people on where else? Everywhere. Folks, I'm glad to be back in the house, back in stride again, guys. Give it up for everybody here who tuned in to our special premiere video of Stacey Abrams and the Georgia elections, and we talked about that, and it's being very well received, so thank you guys so much for that. And if you haven't seen that video, go to my YouTube channel. You'll see it there. Stacey Abrams in the Georgia election. I like to also bring your attention to this shirt. Racist people suck. And they do suck. Racist people do suck. Here we go. Racist people suck. It's part of the Tim Black fall line. Is this fall? It's part of the Tim Black winter line. Available on my YouTube channel. If you go there, you can find it. It's ttlmedia.spreadshirt.com. It's my Spread Shirt shop, my Tim Black gear shop. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Twitter. You can find the link anywhere. Just Google Tim Black gear and you'll find my official site. So thank you guys for that. I'd like to know, man, if we got people in the house tonight, man. I saw that. I hope the stream. Oh, there goes the stream. It's going on YouTube. Hey. What's up, Chris? What's up, Lee? What's up, Uli? Thank you, Pyramid 7. Appreciate you. William Pounds. Get real. What's up, people? How y'all doing? Hey, you. Hey, you. Hi. So, thank you for everybody. Say hello. If you're in the chat, say hello, people. If you're in the chat, say hello, Patricia. What's up, Ella? Eli. What's up, Eli? How you doing, man? Shannon's in the house. George Schuyler. Love you back, George. Thanks, man, for being a top fan. Eli's in the house. What's up, man? All my top fans. Give it up for all my top fans, guys. That's right. Wow. Michael Rudnin and Jennifer Ann Chena. Lloyd Root Riley. Everybody's in the house. So, guys, there's a lot going on. So much going on that, gosh, man. Let's start with Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is seriously considering running in 2020. And I know with a lot of people supporting him across the internet, and you probably heard it if you associate with people who are progressive, you hear him talk a lot about Bernie, but Bernie's never officially said that he was running for anything. But with the new release of a book called How We Got Here, Bernie Sanders has been making the rounds. And when forced about the issue, he's been saying things that give us some hope that maybe he might throw his hat in the ring. But one of the conditions that Bernie has, which I think is a very ethical position, all right? And that position is this, guys. Bernie Sanders says he will not run unless he thinks he can win the nomination and defeat Trump. So he's not going to just run for his own ego purposes, which is something a lot of people said about Bernie. A lot of people on the Hillary Clinton bandwagon, right? They blame Bernie for running. So they said Bernie had a big ego, that's why he was running. But they wouldn't call Hillary a big ego person, even though she ran twice. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's just amazing how people can peg you one thing. It's like, I know I'm black, but what are you? You're black and I'm black, but I'm black, but you're not black, but you know, like, you're black. It's like me arguing with a black guy saying, you're black. And he's like, you're black. But no, you're black. So it doesn't make sense. It's like a guy arguing with another guy about one guy being a guy. Doesn't make sense. I mean, the point is this. How can you say that Bernie was egotistical to run if Hillary ran twice and you didn't call her egotistical? So back to it, man. These people, I don't know, man. I know it doesn't make sense. Neither did my analogy. But it doesn't make sense what they're saying. That criticism is BS, bogus criticism, right? So anyway, Bernie said he won't run unless he thinks he can defeat Trump. He don't want to waste his time. He don't want to waste your vote. He don't want to waste your time, and I appreciate that. So Bernie Sanders' decision about running for president again has become less about ideology and more about electability. Electability. That's what it's up. That's what it should be. Right? Look, now Senator Nina Turner said something once to me that made a lot of sense. And it stuck with me. She said two things. First, one thing she said, right? Shout out to Sister Nina Turner. One thing she said was, Tim, hard on issues, soft on people. She said, be hard on the issues and soft on people. Now, for some reason, that doesn't work too well with a lot of people on the internet. They want you to be hard on people and hard on issues. But see, Nina's not on the internet like that. She's on the internet, but she's not in the culture. Doesn't matter what you do, it's how you do it. They want you to be vicious, Nina Turner. They want you to rip people to shreds. Want you being hard on issues and soft on people. They want you hard on everything. But see, I respect her point of view on that. The other thing she said was, and this right here really to me says everything, all right? She said, it's not enough to be right. You got to win. Huh? See, we got people that depend on us to get these policies right. We got people that depend on us to make the changes that need to be made because literally lives are on the line. We don't need just a bunch of moral victories. Your kids can't eat moral victory. Your grandparents, and I'm a grandparent now, your grandparents can't afford their medication off of moral victories. But they can afford it off some legislative victories, though. Yeah, some legislative victories, that might get it done. That might get grandma her blood pressure medicine. Right? That might get grandpa his cancer medication. You feel me? Some legislative victories. Big difference there. Oh, I know you up in there, you're in your coastal flat, eating your freaking Ben & Jerry's or your Haagen-Dazs. Your Haagen-Dazs. This is your Haagen-Dazs. Got the AC running. You don't care that we're freezing here in the East Coast. You're in the LA coast. You're on the other coast. You're on that good coast. The coast where it's nice and warm. You're in your tank top. Almost what? Almost December in a tank top. Eating your fucking Haagen-Dazs. Talking about, I have my ethics. I will not support him because his shoelace is untied. Meanwhile, we got people dying. We got people literally, not figuratively dying, like you died when the ice cream's gone. Oh, my ice cream gone. No, people literally dying, mofo. So anyway, back to Bernie Sanders. I'm just saying, we need to care about the people that are dying. That's all I'm saying. Care more about the people dying than you being able to say, well, I just don't like them. So Bernie Sanders said he might run, he might not run. I don't know. Now, there's an article that was written by Isaac DeVore for the Atlantic. And I've been critical of DeVore in the past because I felt that DeVore is very critical of Bernie Sanders. But in this particular article, he's not very critical. He's more just telling what's going on with Bernie's new book and what that might mean if he happens to run. So here's something that he wrote here. He said Sanders is trying to figure out where he goes from here. Going out there and being able to articulate a progressive vision and not being able to beat Trump is not good enough, said Jeff Weaver. Among many Sanders supporters who love him and cheer for him at rallies but still wonder whether he can really go all the way, that's the debate that's circulating. Would he be able to have a bigger influence on the 2020 race by getting himself, by himself running, or by being a kingmaker? You know, like the Captain Morgan bottle, you just, you know, Bernie could do that. Remember, it's not about, like, if there's someone, and dare I say younger, someone younger, more, I don't know what the word for it is, who has more of the wind underneath their sails than Bernie. If that person exists, Bernie's saying basically, Jeff Weaver's saying Bernie should support that person. Now, I have no idea who that person would be. I don't see that person. And stop telling me to say Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I'm not trying to get a job on her staff. I don't have to kiss her ass. I don't want to work for her. So who's more popular than Bernie Sanders? Or maybe it's more about who the Democratic Party will allow to win. That's what it's more about. That's what it's more about, man. It says most of the potential 2020 Democratic candidates are deciding whether to pull the trigger, are deep into the staff interviews and debates about the timing of exploratory committees announcements. But Sanders has turned inward. The number of people he's actually talking to is tiny. So unlike Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Elizabeth Warren, he's not forming these little think tanks. You know, the little think tanks with like Neera Tanden and little think tanks, former Clinton advisors and stuff, and, sliding it over like Minority Report, putting our lives and futures on the screen and going, well, I think it'd be really nice if we just put all the blacks in the thing and put the Latinos, and what about the gays? We just put the gays over here and do the Muslims and the DACA people. We put that pip and drink some Chardonnay. See, Bernie's not doing that. What he's doing is talking to confidants. So I respect that, guys. Give it up for Bernie Sanders. My next topic, guys, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but The Guardian is a horrible, horrible piece of dog crap paper right now. Here, The Guardian. Because what The Guardian did was they threw Julian Assange under the bus in order to, I don't know whose debt they're trying to repay. Why would they do such a thing? Why would you throw all of your credibility out the window, Guardian? Why, Guardian? Why? They did it. I don't understand, guys. I don't understand why they did it. They said that Paul Manafort met with Julian Assange. Well, they said that an informant told them that Manafort met with Julian Assange, and they sort of planned out the whole WikiLeaks release of the Podesta emails. Which would be a horrible thing if Julian Assange was coordinating, you know, with the Trump campaign people trying to. So, and this played really well for people that are saying that the Russians, you know, stole the election. This is exactly what they want to hear. But the only problem is the person who said it had no evidence at all that this happened. And WikiLeaks categorically denies that it did happen. Now, we all know Julian Assange is still on lockdown in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, so he's unable to speak for himself. But those who are speaking on behalf of WikiLeaks are so certain that this is complete and utter BS that they said they would bet $1 million. $1 million, $1 million smacks that it was all bogus. It just so turns out, well, somebody lying. Oh yeah, somebody's lying. You know how we know? Because Paul Manafort hasn't had his passport stamped, right, for Ecuador or London since 2012 in 2010. So either Manafort put himself into an envelope and mailed his ass to the Ecuadorian embassy, and it was hand-delivered by Julian Assange to Julian Assange, and then he got out the envelope and somebody zapped him and he turned back into a human being, or this is complete and utter nonsense in science fiction. See, why would you lie about a person who's basically in a prison cell, who can't have visitors, who can't go anywhere? That's the whole point, that Julian Assange doesn't have freedom. He's under lock and guard and camera screen and camera surveillance every day for what, the last 7 years? So you had this big idea that you were going to say that Julian Assange is getting secret visitors. Well, that's sort of like part of the problem. He can't have visitors, fuckhead. So what we're saying is, first of all, Manafort would have to get a passport unless you're saying he's sneaking into the country. And you'd have to say somehow Manafort is so stealthy, he's like a ninja, that he snuck into the Ecuadorian embassy, undetected, and had this clandestine meeting. And to all of that, I say, BS, bring me the evidence, show and prove. We want to see if you got it. Show us the proof. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to produce that evidence, and it looks like The Guardian has just thrown away their reputation. And I don't understand why they would do it. Why? I don't understand. I really don't. I'm really lost, man. Now, this is when stuff like this happens. When stuff like this happens, guys, it makes you start thinking of, like, at least it makes me start to consider that maybe there's a reason why they would do this to themselves. You know, like, maybe they owed somebody a favor. Because, yeah, you know, what happened was, once they floated this bogus narrative, people like Rachel Maddow ran with it. I mean, of course, she offered the disclaimers like, well, if this is true, and then proceeded to talk for 30 minutes about a hypothetical, unprovable, uncorroborated by any other news entity narrative. So basically, this bogus story got legs, right? It was spread all over the internets, all over cable news, and to a lot of people who don't have time to like really dig beneath the surface of a story to find out if there's any validity to the story. So basically, it was very effective, which brings me back to my earlier statement that why would Guardian do it? What do they possibly have to gain? Is it possible that they did it knowingly, which they'll probably never cop to, which they'll never cop to? What am I talking about? Probably. Maybe they owe someone a favor. Maybe there's a reason why they threw their reputation in the garbage can, or to make Assange look horrible in an easily disprovable narrative. There's no cameras. There's no stamps on the passport. If it don't fit, you gotta acquit. So I'm trying to figure out why what you're doing. Just, you know? I don't know. Did you wash the dishes? Yeah, I washed the dishes. Dishes still in the sink. They must have dirtied themselves up after I washed them, because I sure washed them. I don't know. Maybe somebody broke in the house and put dirty dishes in our sink. That hurt a little bit. I mean, it was stupid though. It was a stupid lie. All right. Speaking of stupid lies, guys, you won't believe this one. Let's say you're a multi-million-dollar earning sports athlete. Spend multi-millions of dollars in a boxing game. Would you screw all of your reputation up just to make a couple of dollars to a lot of people about cryptocurrency? Let's say that you're a famous producer who's multi-million dollars, millions of dollars, well known by just celebrity big time. Would you screw up your reputation by lying to people about cryptocurrency? Do tell. Well, two of your favorites just did. Floyd Mayweather and DJ Khaled, both charged with cryptocurrency fraud. Now, I should say they're charged with it. Maybe they didn't cop to it. Producer DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather Jr. were charged by the SEC, which is Security Exchange Commission, with promoting investments in initial cryptocurrency coin offerings without revealing that they got paid. The SEC said that the cryptocurrency coins sold in initial coin offerings may be considered securities and subject to federal security laws. Both Khaled and Floyd Mayweather settled with the SEC and agreed not to promote any securities, even digital ones, for at least 2 years and 3 years, respectively. They also agreed to give back the money they received to the SEC and pay penalties with interest. Okay. So what they did was basically, like you watch this show, and if I promote something, I tell you I'm promoting it. I say, hey, this is a friend of the show, support them. Like right now, I'm doing a special deal. Well, it's not a deal. I'm a partner now in justinform.com, right? Go to justinform.com. I don't make any money if you go. It's something we're trying to build. And I'm a part of that, okay? I don't make a dime if you sign up at justinform.com. You don't spend money, and there's no money to be made, okay? But I'm also a partner where I'm working with Cafe do Paraiso. Now, Cafe do Paraiso just, started selling my coffee. Because I love coffee. I need to get back to doing my show, Coffee with Tim Black. And so if you get coffee from Cafe do Paraiso, if you get the Tim Black version, the Tim Black line, right? Because I got my own coffee again. I get a little piece of that, right? Like maybe $1 or something, right? But the whole point of it is I'm open and honest about it. You know I'm selling coffee. Well, this is what DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather neglected to tell people. See, if you're going to push something like coffee, or if you're going to push even cryptocurrency, you got to let people know that you are benefiting from that transaction if they purchase it. So they didn't do that, and it just doesn't make sense. Unlike those guys, unlike Tim Black, they ain't hurting for money. At least I don't think they are. And if they are, I'd like to know who's managing their books. So anyway, it's just stupid. It's, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why mess your money up, dog? I don't know. Why not just be honest? All right, so Michael Cohen, okay? We talked Manafort, Julian Assange. Okay, Michael Cohen. Guys, I understand some of you are tired of being lied to, right? And you're tired of the way the media plays these games. And you may be pissed off and have an axe to grind about the Democratic Party. I agree with all of that. And I share the same frustrations. But I don't care for the Republican Party. And I don't care for lies in general, even from Donald Trump. So this latest thing with Michael Cohen, look, I've said from day one, hey, if they got evidence that Trump colluded with Russia to steal an election, I have no reason. There's nothing in me, not a shred of anything, a shred of hair, nothing. Not a blood vessel, not a spot of dandruff, nothing in me that would feel pity if he went down for it. Because, hey guys, I don't support people who do the wrong thing, and I'm not here to defend anyone. All right? It's just how it is. I want to know the truth. I want to know the truth. That's all I want to know. Right? But on the same token, if you don't got the goods on the guy, can we move on to bigger and better shit? Can we move on to things that really matter? Can we focus on things that affect everyday people? So that's been my gripe. But it's never been like, oh, I got to defend Trump. Oh, man, here go allegations. Let me jump in there. Let me get in there. See, a lot of people do that because, they make money off Trump. He loves, he's defending Trump. These people that defend Trump, even when Trump is lying, and he does lie a lot. These people don't make sense to me either. Neither do the people that attack Trump on everything, from his hairstyle to his stomach, his weight, to a dumb tweet. Like, both are wrong. Both are wrong. Now I say all of that to say, man, Trump is full of it. This whole Michael Cohen thing. How are you going to say a guy is weak and has no backbone when he agrees to turn state evidence? When he's looking at, and look, I didn't realize how much time Michael Cohen's looking at. Michael Cohen is looking at over 60 years, possibly, behind bars. Now, I don't expect him to get 60 years, but a guy like Michael Cohen, doing 6 minutes, he'd be like, oh no. I don't think Michael Cohen can do 6 weeks or wants to do 6 weeks, okay? But Trump calling Michael Cohen a weak man and a coward because he will not carry water for Donald Trump, to me, that seems highly hypocritical. See, I do not believe that Donald Trump would carry water for Michael Cohen. Nah, I don't think that Donald Trump would go to jail for Michael Cohen. I don't think he'd go to jail for his sons or his wife or anybody else. I don't think Donald Trump would take the blame for anything. Even shit he does, he won't take the blame for. You think Donald Trump would take the blame if it was Michael Cohen, if it was reversed, and Michael Cohen was sitting there and they were offering to put Trump in jail? You think that Trump would be like, well, I'm going to go ahead and do the time. I'm going to do the time, man, because I'm tough like that. I'm like that guy from The Wire. Nah, dude, Trump would be singing like Patti LaBelle. Now, and that's not even getting into if Michael Cohen's telling the truth or not. We ain't got to that point yet. But what I'm saying is, it's wrong and it's laughable for people to defend Trump. First of all, if you don't know a guy's character after 12 years, Something wrong with you. Come on, guys. If you're not from the streets, you've been on the street before. And you can kind of tell if you're working with somebody who's built for, like, going to jail for you. Like, you can kind of tell, like, over time, like, throughout the course of knowing someone, you could probably figure that out in less than a couple of months. Because life will put you in situations where you're able to see the real core of an individual. Okay? And hell, somebody go to jail for you, that's a big deal. I mean, hell, man, I had problems getting people that help me move my furniture. hey, I'm moving next week. They'd be like, all right, I got something to do next week. But I didn't even tell you when. Oh, I'm going to be out of town all next week. What about the week after that? I'm going to be out of town then too. Because people, it's hard to find people to move your furniture. I got to imagine it's at least 20 times harder to find somebody who will actually go to jail for you and keep their mouth shut. In fact, in the movies, when they got somebody they know is weak, what do? Hey man, we gotta start having that conversation, because we know they can't stand up to pressure. So all that, guys, all that is just boiling down to what's happening with Michael Cohen right now. He's looking at 60 plus years, according to what I'm reading, 60 plus years. Now, of course, I'm looking at what they're charging him with, and I'm like, hey, come on, guys. You pretty much can get any corporate lawyer type working with screwball or scumbags on these charges. I mean, the charges they got him on are basic rich people charges. I mean, you can throw a rock and hit a lawyer or a rich businessman and convict them of or indict them on the same things, is what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. All right, so what exactly are the charges? What exactly did they get Michael Cohen on? Well, Cohen, what he just pleaded guilty to was that he lied about his contacts with Russian officials and lied when he said he never agreed to travel to Russia in connection with the project and never discussed with Trump plans to travel to Moscow to support the project. Okay? So they asked him, he was under oath, he lied under oath. That's what Michael Cohen did. He lied. Right? He lied under oath to the FBI. Okay? Prosecutors said Cohen had misled Congress and gave a false impression that the Moscow project that ended before the Iowa presidential caucuses in the first Republican presidential primary in 2016. So there was some project with Moscow that they had in the works, and Cohen said it ended way before the election or way before the primary, and actually it hadn't. So that was a lie. That was a lie, guys. That was a lie. So here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So that's the current thing, and that's why Trump said he's weak. Michael Cohen is weak because he just copped. He just admitted. He just pled guilty again. But come on, Trump, he's been pleading guilty all this time. He pled guilty to 8 other counts. 8 other counts. What, he's going to be a stand? He's going to take the hit now? Oh no, he's not going to take the hit now. But see, the thing that he's doing now that's pissing off Trump and Giuliani is Michael Cohen. Well, he sat and talked with Robert Mueller for about, 80 hours or 70 hours? That's a long time to sit and have a conversation. Yeah, I mean, I got to imagine, like, after 40 hours, you'd be like, look, dude, I'm working overtime. Can't be sitting with you for 80 hours is a long time to talk to anyone. I mean, there's some people watching this show who are married, who've been together 5 years and haven't talked to their spouse for 80 hours. I mean, that's a long time to have a conversation. But that's what they're saying. They're saying that Michael Cohen talked with Mueller for 80 hours. He was just giving out information on Trump. Just giving it out. Just, he was making it rain. So I do understand that Trump will be upset. I do understand. I mean, it's, who knows what Michael Cohen told him? The man told him everything about Trump. No stone unturned. Probably got Trump thinking maybe that Michael Cohen should have had an accident. Hillary Clinton style. But anyway, now this is something I want to let people know. I was looking for this document earlier. Michael Cohen, he pled guilty to a lot of other things. Just recently, that's the most recent thing was about lying, right? But the other stuff was like tax evasion. But I want to, here goes the actual other charges that he pled guilty to. Counts 1 to 5, evasion of assessment of income tax liability. Count 6, false statements to a bank. Count 7, causing an unlawful corporate contribution. And count 8, excessive campaign contribution. All right, so as you know, the sentencing is scheduled for December, and we're right there at the door, and we shall see. Now it's important to know that nothing, this latest thing is connected to Russia. It does have something to do with Donald Trump and the campaign. Will that prove that Donald Trump worked with Russia in order to win the presidency? I highly doubt that. But like I've been saying all along, and it's not just me. Steve Bannon brought this up, and he said, you know, I was watching Steve Bannon on the Bill Maher show, on Real Time with Bill Maher. He said, well, you know, Trump will probably get impeached. Now, being impeached doesn't mean that Trump, you know, is, you know, removed from the presidency at all. I mean, Clinton was impeached. I don't believe it'll pass the Senate. But I do believe with this new information, if there's more information that Michael Cohen gave Mueller, that they may impeach him, at least in the House, because the Democrats do own the House. And can you imagine a Democrat with this type of new information? If Michael Cohen has been singing, can you imagine a Democrat voting against impeaching Donald Trump and still being in the Democratic Party? I mean, they'd have to lead a party. Right? I mean, the anger, the vitriol, the backlash would be so, it would be like biblical. You know? That's what I think. So, let me know what you think in the comment section. Once again, this is not about what we like or what we don't like. This is about facts. This is about what's true and what's happening in our world. It ain't up to us if Donald Trump gets impeached or not. It's not up to us if Michael Cohen goes to jail for 60 years. These things are out of our control. But what I believe, I still believe it, all right, that Donald Trump has been doing dirty business as a businessman. I believe that's true. Do I think personally, this is just my opinion, guys, I don't believe that Donald Trump, if he didn't do the deal with Russia, then I don't get what the big talk is, okay? They had a deal on the table. Michael Cohen should have kept it real. He should not have lied about that. But if they didn't, this is about a deal that never happened. There was a deal being discussed, but they didn't do the deal, so what leverage do they have over Trump if they didn't do the deal? So that's the way I see it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's talk about it. All right. I tell you, man. I got two things that one of them I'm not too sure of. I want to find out more information. One of them is about Donald Trump announcing the prison justice reform. You guys heard about the prison justice reform? All right. And like, I was like, okay, this sounds good, you know? It's the First Step Act, right? The First Step Act. And people have been contacting me about it ever since it was announced that it may be going to to Congress to vote on it. and it's supposed to be ways to get those who are incarcerated reacclimated to, you know, getting out of the prison industrial complex, getting a job, somehow having wraparound services that help these people. And as I believe, I'm a staunch champion for criminal justice reform and decriminalization of marijuana, and the ending of a lot of these laws, which I feel are just to incarcerate us, which I do believe is the new Jim Crow. Okay, so I'm seriously against, you know, mass incarceration. Okay, let that be known. So, in like a haste, because I want to bring you good news sometimes. I really do want to bring you some stuff that makes you go, well, okay, you know, all right. Woo, finally something good. But guys, just because I want to bring you good news and I want to feel good about something, doesn't mean I'm going to paint a rosy picture. People are telling me that there may not be, this particular act, the First Step Act, may not be all that it's cracked up to be. People saying maybe it's politically motivated. Some people even gone so far to say maybe this will leave things worse than they are now. Now, I don't know what that means at all. So it's going to take some digging and some more investigation on my part to find out exactly what that means. I don't know. There's a couple articles that I'm looking into. So look, do me a favor, guys. If you have information about the prison reform, criminal justice reform, right, and this new act, the First Step Act, let me know what you think. Send me any links, any information, and also anyone with expert knowledge or expert knowledge in that area, hit me up, because I love to bring you on this show so we can all become more educated on this act and what this really means. Okay, and how does it help people, or does it not help people? Is this window dressing for Donald Trump to look as if, you know, Jeff Sessions was the problem all along, and now here I come, and I'm going to free the slaves. I'm going to free the slaves. Trump going to come in, I'm going to free the slaves. Or is this bogus attempt to make it look that way? In reality, it further exacerbates the issues. So, you know, we got to look closer at it and find out. All right? So the jury's still out with me, but I want to give you the best information on this. So once again, Tim@TimBlackTV.com. You can find me at Real Tim Black, Facebook, Twitter, and Tim Black and Night on Instagram. All right. You know what I mean? So, you guys know what I mean. You got to be cautious, right? We do have to be cautious. I'm just checking the chat real quick. Dingo Ate My Baby says, Tim, the Kochs were behind prison reform because there was a provision to exempt CEOs from criminal liability for deaths caused by their companies. Damn. Oh, God. Oh, wow. That's probably one of the worst things I've heard in a long time. So Dingo, do me a favor, Dingo. Send me a link to the article about that. Thank you for the tip. I will do a search, Koch brothers, criminal justice reform, prison reform, but send me an email with any link, any documentation on that, all right? It's always something to get, right? It's like, guys, whenever there's something good, there's always a reason. It's always some rickety old rich bastard in the background going, yeah, turn the screws on up. We're going to get something out of this one. You know, it's always some tales from the crypt. You know, just always some greedy scumbag. Just, stick it to him, you know? So I'm always watching them, you know? Cause that would just be like, yeah, this is good. That's what I'm talking about, you know? Give me some hot sauce, some, you know? Just, all right. Now, whenever you look up Tim Black, Google Tim Black, I look myself up sometimes, you know. I got to stay on top of my social media footprint, you know what I mean? I got to know what's being said about me. A lot of it is okay, but some of it is bad, you know. Hey, can't please everybody. What the hell, yo? You become a target, this is what happens. But every once in a while, when I look up Tim Black, Tim Scott comes up because Tim Scott is black. So, you know, Google, it don't see no difference between Tim Black and Tim Scott, who's black. You know, just there's also some guy with a grown ass man who plays with toys, like little. Anyway, he comes up too. I'm like, why, grown ass man, with the toy adventure thing? What are you doing? Messing up my algorithm, man. You are messing me up, bruh. Won't you change your name? You know your name ain't Tim Black. Won't you change your Anyway, so what came up for Tim Scott lately? Was bad at first, then it got good. See, apparently there's this judge named Thomas Farr. Right? Thomas Farr, I think that's his name. Yeah, that's his name. And the word around town is this guy is like a huge racist, huge bigot, knee deep into like voter suppression and trying to make sure that certain people can't vote, like black people can't vote. Like this really like horrible guy, and he's a judge, and he was up for a nomination. And the nomination would be a job for life, one of those federal judges, and of course Donald Trump, Mr. Criminal Justice, as one of the guys that Trump was, putting to a vote. Well, it turns out that Tim Scott was going to approve this guy or vote for him. It was going to be one of the deciding votes on it. So evidently what happened was there was a lot of pushback about Thomas Farr because of a track record of voter discrimination, gerrymandering, things of that nature, right? Well, just what happened just before I came to air. Tim Scott, black Republican senator from North Carolina, or South Carolina, right? Yeah, South Carolina. He changed his mind. So Tim Scott changed his mind about Thomas Farr, and he said, I can't support a guy who wants to disenfranchise voters for any reason, particularly because of color or race. So give it up for Tim Scott. I know it's kind of whack to have to applaud somebody for not wanting to vote in a racist. But like Mississippi, man, they voted in Cindy Hyde-Smith. And so, hey, man, I need to give people a lot of props when they do the right thing, because we do the wrong thing in this country so often that, doing the right thing, even though it's like, oh, well, we should do the right thing, people don't do the right thing. There are people saying they voted for a lady who posed in Confederate gear and shit like that and making horrible comments that are racially sensitive at best and bigoted as hell at worst. They said, well, this guy, he mismanaged some money one time in 1990. But this lady she just did this shit this week. Yeah, but that time in 1990, that black guy. So people show you that they don't care. They don't care about you at all. They're like, they don't care. This person's racist as hell. Yeah, but this guy, he misspent this money that time. About 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So basically what I'm trying to say, thank you, Tim Scott, for, look, dude, like, Republican or not, I don't care if you're Republican or a Democrat, doing the right thing is what matters. It just so happens a lot of the policies that I want to see enacted come from progressive people, but if a Republican has great policies, I support that as well, because I want better policies for the people. So it's not about, parties is about policy. It's not about personality. It's about what? Policy. Right? It's about people and policy. It ain't about personalities and parties. Right? All right. All right. All right, guys. Just want to let you know, remind you all that tomorrow is Freedom Friday. That's when you get to call into the show and you get to speak your mind and get on the phone and let them have it. Also, if you don't want to do a live phone call, you can call me up and leave a message. That's right. You can call up and leave a message at 301-744-8135. That's the Tim Black Bat phone number. 301-744-8135. You call up there, leave a message, and I will play your message on air. Because some people say, Tim, when I call up on the show, I get a little tongue-tied. I'm on the spot. My neck gets hot. My throat gets dry. I start sweating. So my mind goes blank. What am I doing again? So if you want, what you could do is you could just call up. And what's good about it, if you call up at 301-744-8135, if you mess up, you can just hit the button and re-record. So you can't do that live. You gotta, yeah? All right. That's it, y'all. Much respect to the Tim Black Wolfpack. Thank you for holding it down for me. I appreciate you as I've been dealing with new baby in the house and me having a cold and having a lot to do. I appreciate you guys for not forgetting about the show, not forgetting about me. I appreciate you for coming out. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate y'all. Much respect. My people. Be here tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do my best to be on time. Until we talk again, guys, just remember, don't let nobody take your cornbread. And remember, racist people suck. All right? So if you like that shirt, go pick that shirt up. It supports the show. And I think it's a pretty cool shirt. And I think it's such a cool shirt that I got one myself. All right, guys. Peace. All right, yo. Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.